Hello, you guys. Today we have another Amazon video, but this one is a little bit different. I wanted to test out a bunch of products from Amazon that were best-selling viral products. So everything that you're going to see in today's video has over 50,000 4- or 5-star reviews. And I have put them to the test for you. I'm going to tell you my opinions on them, if I think they're worth it or not. So definitely stay tuned to see my winners and my losers. As always, everything will be linked in the description box below. You can scan the QR code at the top if you'd rather shop that way on my storefront. I will also have a link to my storefront in the description and a pinned comment. Let's just dive in. The very first item is something that I think every single person watching could use, and that is a stain treater. We all do laundry, and I'm sure at some point in your life you've gotten a stain on a shirt and you have struggled to get it out. Well, that is where this product comes in. This is the Miss Mouth's Messy Eater Stain Treater. This was originally marketed as a parent product. It actually says a parental essential on the bottle. But if you actually go and look at the reviews, so many people use this product, not just parents. This product has over 87,000 4.5-star reviews on Amazon, and I totally get it because I'm obsessed. So this is definitely a winner in my book. This bottle is actually almost empty. I have owned this for probably like 8 months at this point, and I love this stuff. I actually had the little miniature bottle before this one. We travel with this one. I used to keep it in my daughter's diaper bag. So with this product, it actually recommends to dry out the stains. So remove any spaghetti sauce or whatever got on your shirt, remove the excess, wet it with water, and then spray the stain treater on it. I usually let it sit for a little bit. I don't think you have to let it sit, but you can kind of like rub it in. You can let it sit. I will usually just kind of like spray all of my daughter's clothes that have stains, put them in the washing machine, let it sit for like 30 minutes, and then I'll go ahead and start it. That's just my process, but I really have not used a better stain treater than this. A lot of them will leave weird yellow spots on my clothes. I don't find that these do that at all. Next up on our list is a body lotion, and I have also owned this one for quite some time now, and I am telling you guys, this is one of the best body lotions I've ever used. This has over 63,000 reviews on Amazon. All of them are over 4 stars. Most of them are 5-star reviews. And I'm going to tell you why, because this stuff is, number one, the softest lotion I've ever used at this price point. It is $10. And I feel like there are so many freaking body lotions out there these days that are being sold for like $60. I can't be doing that when you can get this. You get 16 fluid ounces, so you actually get a lot of product in here. The pump works really well, and specifically this scent, I could live in this scent. It smells so good. It is their creme de pistachio scent. I can't even describe it. If you have smelled any other pistachio scents, just completely throw that out of your brain because it does not smell like any of the traditional pistachio scents. This one is a lot sweeter in my opinion. It's such a unique scent, especially to get from the drugstore. So I really highly recommend any of you guys going out and smelling this scent. A lot of times you're not able to like sample body lotions in the store, but what you could sample is one of their new body mists. So EOS was very, very famous for their body lotion, and then they recently came out with their body mists. This one is in the exact same scent. I had to pick this up immediately, and it smells amazing. It just reminds me of spring and all things sweet. So I cannot wait to start breaking this out as it gets warmer. Next up, we have a piece of shapewear, and this is by the brand Shaper X on Amazon, which I actually don't believe I've tried before, but this looked like a very structured kind of snatch you in piece of shapewear. So I wanted to give it a try. It's just a one-piece bodysuit, and this one is a tank top style. It does have adjustable straps in the back. It is supposed to have really good tummy control, but still keep the overall shape of your boobs and your butt so you don't look completely like a pancake. So as you can see here on the butt, it kind of looks weird when I'm just holding it up, but this material here is a lot thinner and stretchier, so it's not going to flatten that area. Whereas in the midsection, it is really, really tight, so it's going to suck you in and smooth everything out. This product was really, really close to meeting our 50,000 review minimum. It is at 46,000 reviews on Amazon, and most of them are 4-star reviews. I will say across the board, shapewear in general doesn't really seem to have a 5-star review just because everyone's typically looking for something different. I have some shapewear that's more comfortable and good for everyday wear. I have some pieces that are like this that are for special event pieces where you really want to be smooth in your midsection, and I would say this one does a great job in that area. But definitely in the midsection, you are going to be smooth, sucked in, and just really feel your best. So this is a piece that I will keep. It's a winner for me. Sticking with the undergarment theme, I actually have a pack of underwear to share with you. I was kind of skeptical in sharing underwear, but it is something that we all wear every single day. So I was like, you know what? Let me test it out and report back if it actually is as good as people say. This has over 71,000 reviews on Amazon, 4.5 stars. I mean, people just rave about these. So I had to try them. So I got a 5-pack. They do come in different colors. I am wearing a pair right now. I pulled a couple pairs out of the pack and I've been like rotating between those, washing them and all of that, just to see how they wear, how they wash, and what I truly think. And then of course, I kept a few in the pack so I could kind of show you brand new underwear and what they look like. So this is a thong style of underwear, which is what I prefer and find most comfortable. They are really, really stretchy, which is super important for a pair of underwear. And I thought the most interesting thing about these is the material. It's kind of almost like an athletic material. It has that moisture wicking fabric. You can see it's very breathable. You can almost like see me through it, but it's not cheap at all. They actually have like this little extra piece of fabric folded over at the top of the underwear on the inside. We're getting really up close and personal here, but I just wanted to mention that these do have like a little cotton piece of fabric at the intimate part of the underwear, which is really important for women. So they really do check all the boxes for me. I will say when I first got these out of the packaging, I held them up and I was like, that looks a little small, because I did get my normal size medium. And I will say sometimes I size up in underwear just because I don't want them digging in or being tight at all. And I was nervous about the size of these. When I opened them, I was like, ugh, you should have sized up. But once I put them on, I was like, actually, they're kind of comfortable. I guess just because they are so incredibly stretchy and soft. I haven't found these to be an issue, but if you're worried about it, I think that you would still be fine sizing up too, if that's your preference. Another undergarment that I got for this video is this best-selling bra. This is from the brand Vanity Fair. It has over 60,000 reviews, and this one is a 4-star review, so not quite as high as some of the other things, but I thought I would test it out, and this looks kind of huge when I'm holding it up here, and it is a little bigger than I would typically go for a bra, just as far as coverage up top. So if you really like a very full fitting bra, I don't know if you know what I mean, but like that kind of goes up higher on your chest, then I think that you might really like this. Or if you just have like a really full chest. I did get this in my normal size and I think it fits as far as the bandwidth goes and even as far as the cup sizes, but they just kind of like sit higher on your chest. I don't know how to explain it other than that. I just typically go for bras that are cut a little bit lower right around here. So I'm not sure about this one. I honestly think this would be a loser in my opinion. I personally would not repurchase this bra, even though it is comfortable. And I do think it could be for the right person, but I just have a lot of other bras that I like better. I do think that this part stands out because it's really stretchy and very soft. This one is a wire-free option. So if you have been looking for a wire-free bra and you want something that's really affordable and still gives you that full coverage look, I think this is worth a try, but it's just personally not my cup of tea. Now, something that is my cup of tea are these nipple covers, which I have talked about a million times on my channel, but I have to throw them in here again because they are very close to our 50,000 reviews. I think they have about 43,000 reviews right now, but they are 4.5 stars and they are an Amazon #1 bestseller. I don't know if I said it, but they're by the brand Nippies, and these are a non-adhesive nipple cover. So it basically is going to use just like the warmth of your skin to stay in place. This style definitely works best if you are wearing like a tighter top, I will say. But if your skin is very irritated by the adhesive on nipple covers, usually, I think these are a really good option. They're also just really comfortable. I also love that these come in a bunch of different skin tones, so you can actually get one that matches your skin, whether you are more darker skinned or really fair skinned. And they come in different sizes, which is always really important because if you have a smaller chest, you don't want a huge nipple cover. If you have a bigger chest, a small nipple cover can make your boobs look really weird. So this this is like the perfect design. And if you do like the adhesive, they actually recently came out with a sticky version. So you could get those as well. Really doesn't matter. I think both of them are great. And nipple covers are an essential for women these days. I mean, we have so many outfits that you just can't wear a bra with. And that is when you have to have something like this on hand. So these are absolutely a winner. Another thing that I will just tell you right now is a winner for me is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I have used this for years. I've talked about it on my channel for years. So this is a no-brainer for me. But as soon as I saw that it had over 54,000 reviews on Amazon, I was like, okay, I have to throw it in my video because this is just such a great product. I have tried a lot of lip masks throughout the past couple years and none of them compare to this, especially this winter. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the air has been more dry. We've had a lot more snow where I live. It has been awful. My skin's been dry, my scalp's been dry, my lips have been dry. So I have been using this religiously every single night and I just get a teeny tiny scoop. You don't need a lot of this at all. I will put it on my lips and your lips will just feel so plump and smooth. It's comfortable. It's not oily or greasy. Very comfortable to sleep in. And when you wake up the next day, I promise your lips will feel softer. And the more you keep using it, they are just going to get better and better and better. Next up, we have a pair of leggings. These are from the brand The Gym People. And I was kind of skeptical about these because I do have a lot of other leggings that I really like on Amazon, but these were like the #1 seller. They have over 68,000 4.5-star reviews on Amazon. So I thought we would give them a try. And honestly, I'm glad that I did. I will say the only difference in these leggings compared to the ones that I really like is the thickness and the material. So these are a lot thicker, which is going to be good for some people. I think some people are really going to prefer that. They are very structured. I mean, you feel good in these, especially up top. It is really structured. Like they have this additional band that you can't even see, but like you can feel it in there. It's like a really strong piece of elastic. So it really just like sucks you in at the top and makes your leggings actually stay up. So they're not going to keep sliding down all day. So I think that's why a lot of people really like these. The only thing about these is the material is definitely going to attract dog hair and lint more than some of the other materials I've tried. It's not the worst material in the world as far as that goes, but I definitely can already tell that it does collect lint. These do also have pockets on the side, which I always find really convenient, and they're not bulky, so they still look really smooth on your legs. And these are also a good length on me. So overall, I definitely will be keeping these. I would say they are a winner for me. Okay, we're talking about all these viral products that are life-changing, so I have to take the opportunity to tell you guys about one of the things that has single-handedly changed my life over the past year. And that would of course be Factor. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about Factor before. I am such a fan. And I know it sounds dramatic when I say they changed my life, but they really did, because before I had Factor, I'm telling you, I would be eating out multiple days a week. It was bad for the wallet. It was not healthy choices. Or when I didn't do that, I would just not eat at all, which also isn't healthy. So Factor has been such a game changer for me. If you don't know what Factor is yet, let me inform you. They deliver fresh, never frozen meals straight to your doorstep. They're actually good. They're good for you. They have such a variety. And the best part of it all is they are so easy. I'm talking under 5 minutes. So I usually do about 6 meals per week, but you can switch it up depending on what your needs are. I think today for lunch, I'm just gonna do the shredded chicken taco bowl. And this one has a little sauce. So I'm gonna take that one out, actually pour it over the main part of the meal. And then you're just gonna pop this in the microwave for 2 minutes and you have a great meal. And if you guys have never tried Factor, of course, I have a coupon code for you. If you are interested, you can head to factor75.com or click the link below and use my code KaylaLoveFB50. And that is gonna get you 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for an entire year. Once again, that is KaylaLoveFB50 for 50% off your first box and free breakfast for a year. And that offer is only valid for new Factor customers with code and a qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. And just like that, our meal is done. Because this is kind of like a chicken bowl, I'm just going to mix everything together. Alrighty, we're gonna dive in. It's actually not as hot as it looks. I was scared I was gonna burn my mouth there for a minute. And one thing that I love about Factor is their chicken is never weird. You know what I mean about some people serving weird chicken. I just can't do that. And I love that so many of you guys have told me you've tried Factor because of my recommendation and you are now hooked as well. That just makes me so happy because I genuinely do only recommend things that I really love and use, and Factor is absolutely one of them, which is why I've worked with them for so long. So definitely test it out for yourself. Use my code if you're a new customer, and when you do, let me know how you like it. Next up, we have Mighty Patch. So I'm sure you guys have heard of Mighty Patches, the little pimple patches. They are all over social media. And I think a lot of people are like, huh, do those really actually work? And I am here to say, yes, they do. But I'm telling you, every single time I have used one, my pimple looks better the next day, and I can physically see the stuff that's like extracted from it overnight. I actually just ran out of my Mighty Patches, so I don't have them here with me. So I will just insert a picture of what the box looks like here. But this might be our most reviewed item of the video. These have 181,000 reviews. Yes, you heard that correctly. 181,000, and most of them are 4.5 stars or 5 stars. People love these pimple patches. People includes me. I also love these pimple patches, and I will say I've tried a lot of different brands, and some of them are like very sticky and kind of hurt almost, but not these. They're very comfortable on your skin. You can actually see the pus or like whatever was inside of your pimple be extracted. I love them, especially if you're someone who is tempted to pick at your pimples or pop them, which is technically not really good for your skin. So I think these are a great alternative, and therefore they are a winner for me. Next up, we have a couple of beauty products. The first one is a mascara. This is from the brand Essence, and I had never heard of this mascara before until I was scrolling the bestsellers list on Amazon. I did not realize this, but this one has even more reviews than the Mighty Patch. This one has over 407,000 reviews on Amazon, 4.5 to 5 star reviews. I mean, that is crazy. So I was really excited to give this one a try, and I will say I do really like it. It is supposed to give you that false lash effect. It's supposed to be volumizing and lengthening, and I did use this one today. I did use it in combination with another mascara, but I think it's really good for the most part. Like, I don't have any red flags. It didn't flake all over my face. It didn't give me like those weird mascara lines up top. No real negativities, and I think what people really like about this mascara is the price. Even drugstore mascaras these days can be a little pricey at like $10 a tube, but this one still remains one of the most affordable options out there at $3, I believe, $3 or $4. I like how I say that, and then I just put on a second coat and it did start to flake a little bit under my eyes. But either way, I was gonna say after that, I think for the price, it's a decent mascara. It's probably the best one that you could get at that price. But in my opinion, I am a little bit of a makeup snob. I'm sure you guys know that if you watch my channel. I do think there are better mascaras out there as far as volumizing, lengthening. The Maybelline Firework I've talked about over and over and over again. It is always my #1 recommendation for drugstore mascaras. So if you are willing to spend a teeny tiny bit more money, I would go with that one. But if you are looking for something just really affordable and you want to test it out to kind of see what the hype is about, I think you could go with this one. But for me personally, I think I'm going to put it in the loser category just because I don't think I would repurchase it again. Next up is another beauty product from the brand Julep Beauty, which I really don't think that I've heard anything about this brand, but this was such a viral popular product on the Amazon website. It is their eyeshadow stick. It has 56,000 4.5 star reviews, and they are calling this actually a cream to powder eyeshadow stick. I got it in the shade Champagne Shimmer, and I actually did apply this on my hand today. It's also on my eyes today. I had a little bit of powder eyeshadow on underneath, and then I just applied this over top. But I really love this. I would absolutely say that this is a winning product for me, especially if you do like an eyeshadow stick that's really easy. You just slap it on and go. Here is what it looks like on my hand. It's really, really shimmery, super pretty. And the main thing with eyeshadow sticks for me is making sure that they don't crease immediately once you put them on. And this one definitely passed the test as far as that goes. I've had this on for probably 6 or so hours at this point, and I've also worn it on other days, and it doesn't crease. So that is really good. Unless you had like really overly oily eyelids, I don't think that you're gonna have a problem with this at all. And I did not even ever realize that. It actually has this little sponge. Why did I never think to take this part off? I don't know, but if you wanted to, you could kind of like swipe it on with that. I don't know. I always just use my eye brushes, but hey. Next we have a very viral cleaning product. This is from the brand Star Drops, but it is called the pink stuff. I'm sure you guys have heard of this if you are on social media at all. The pink stuff, the pink stuff, the pink stuff. I feel like I've heard it everywhere at this point, but this is called their Miracle Cleaning Paste. And I will say, I do agree with that. This stuff is crazy. This is actually our second jar, and this one I got in a bundle that comes with the little scrubber brush as well. So I do think that's a really good combination. Like I said, this is our second jar that we just purchased probably a month ago at this point, so we haven't really used too much of this one at this point, but it really is pink, so that's why it's called the pink stuff. But this is just a paste that you can put on any really grimy areas. We use it a lot on our gas range. This is a really great product for that, just to remove any grease or stains or just like weird stuff. I think this also works great in bathrooms, on any tile, bathtubs, showers, things like that. In my opinion, this is the most effective way to clean those surfaces. I just get a tiny little scoop, slap it on whatever I'm cleaning, and scrub it out. It smells really good. It's fairly affordable, and this has over 230,000 4.5-star reviews on Amazon. So I am not alone in my love for this product, and it is absolutely a winner. And I also really like a lot of their other cleaning products from this brand. That's just a little side note if you want to check those out too. Next, we have another cleaning product, and these are specifically for your washing machine. They are the Active Washing Machine Cleaners, and this is a year supply of them. So it comes with 24 tablets, and these are so easy to use. You literally just take a little tablet that looks like this, open it up, and toss it into the main drum of your washing machine. You're gonna start a normal cycle with hot water, and it's going to completely clean your washing machine for you. It's gonna even clean all of those areas that you can't even see. It's going to eliminate odors, get rid of any weird residues that you have, and these have been such a game changer. We have lived in this house for like 5 or 6 years at this point and never really had an issue with our washing machine until recently. We were just noticing a mildew smell more, even if we attempted to clean it ourselves with just like hot water, and it just still kind of came back after every wash. So then I wanted to try these, and they have definitely worked a lot better. I don't know what it is about these, but they really do such a good job. It says that it cleans, deodorizes, refreshes, protects, and they are also made with septic safe ingredients. I know a lot of people can be really weird about stuff like this going into their septic system, but you don't have to worry about that with these. So these are absolutely a winner. Next, I wanted to talk about a couple of books. The first one is a self-help book. This has over 146,000 reviews on Amazon. It is called Atomic Habits. If you are into the self-help book community at all, I'm sure you've heard of this. I have read this. My husband has also read it, and both of us did really like it. I think that there are a lot of really applicable tips that you can use in your own life, so I think that's really good. I think it kind of varies from person to person whether this is going to completely change your mindset and change your life, as with any self-help book, but for the most part, I did think that it was a really good read. And if you are someone who struggles with like productivity and feeling overwhelmed by just getting started, I definitely think that this would be a great book for you to read. Then we have 2 fiction books, and if you are a book lover, again, I'm sure you've heard of these. The first one is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This was one of my favorite books. I loved this book. So it's kind of about this very elite Hollywood icon named Evelyn Hugo, and this reporter weirdly gets the chance to interview her about her 7 husbands. Not just about her 7 husbands, about a lot of other things, but that's kind of like what the book is around, and it's very interesting. It's kind of like mysterious, sometimes a thriller, kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat, but it's not overly serious either. It has over 272,000 reviews on Amazon, so a lot of other people like it too. And the other one that I wanted to mention is a book by Colleen Hoover called Reminders of Him. Colleen Hoover is a little bit controversial because she was like really popular at one point, and then all of the girls that were like really into reading were like, oh my God, if you like Colleen Hoover, you know nothing about reading. And I'm like, can we not just let people read what they want to read? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, I really liked this book, and a lot of other people did too, because it has 356,000 good Amazon reviews. This is one of my favorite books from her of all time. They're actually making it into a movie, which is coming very soon. So now is a great time to go ahead and read it. I don't even know what to say about it without giving too much away, but it's about a girl who comes back to a town to try to like reunite with her daughter after something in her life that was so incredibly traumatic. So this is kind of like a more serious read, but there's romance involved, as with most Colleen Hoover books. It is just so good. It'll make you think, it'll make you cry, it'll make you laugh. It's just one of those books that really encompasses all of the emotions. So if I had to choose one of the three, I think it would be this one. Next up, we have a #1 bestseller jewelry cleaner with 79,000 reviews. There are tons of different jewelry cleaner options on Amazon, and a lot of them are very intricate and you have to do a bunch of steps or fill something with water and steam clean it. I do actually have one of those with water, and I don't prefer it as much as I prefer this. This is so easy. It's really affordable. All you do is just screw off this top here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's lots of liquid in there, and you pull out this little tray. You put your jewelry inside of it. So it's good for like any small pieces, your wedding ring or earrings, something like that. Dip that back in there, let it sit for like 30 seconds, a minute, really however long you want. On the back, it says up to 30 seconds. So it's really quick. And then it also includes a little brush so you can scrub your jewelry, and then you wipe it off and it is good to go. So I really enjoy this for just like a quick weekly clean of my wedding ring. I actually did it right before this video, and I do feel like it looks a lot better. So I really need to do this more often. I used it a lot when I first got it, but I've kind of gotten out of the habit until this video reminded me. So yeah, if you need something to quickly clean your jewelry, this is definitely a winner. Next up, we have a food chopper that has over 126,000 4.5-star reviews on Amazon, and I've actually owned this for well over a year at this point. I want to say probably closer to 2 years. Obviously, it's upstairs in my kitchen, so I'll insert some videos here, but I would say this is definitely a winning product for me. It's not something that we use every single time we cook, but it is very useful depending on what you're cooking. So I would say we mostly use this to chop onions. If you are the kind of person that hates chopping an onion, I think you're really gonna like this product because it does make it a lot easier, specifically for dicing an onion or dicing a tomato, things like that. I like how it has a couple different options, so you can choose between smaller cubes or bigger cubes. And this one also does come with some other attachments that can do bigger chunks of fruits and vegetables, or I think even a spiralizer, but to be honest, we don't really use those at all. We really only use the dicing options, but even if it just came with that, I would still say this is worth it because I just hate dicing an onion, and this makes it a lot easier. This is a Bluetooth speaker from the brand Anchor, and I really wanted to include this because I think the price of this is incredible, and it has 146,000 4.5-star reviews on Amazon, which is kind of unheard of for a product like this, so I was really interested to test it out myself, and I have been using this almost every single day. You can hear it just turned on. I use it down here in my studio when I'm filming try-on clips or just like cleaning up and stuff like that, and the sound quality is so impressive for the price. It is just so clear. It sounds like really deep and high quality for a $30 speaker. I was like, what? It does also have an aux input, and then of course the charging port there. This one is supposed to have 24 hours of playtime. I have yet to charge it, so I do believe that is true. Like, I literally got this, I think, back in October, and I still have not charged it. Granted, I don't use it for like hours and hours and hours at a time, but I do use it a lot. So I do think that's pretty accurate, and it also says that it is waterproof. I haven't really tested that yet because it's winter time, but that is pretty cool. So this is definitely a winner for me. I was so apprehensive to purchase this because I do have a lot of speakers, but I'm really glad I did because for $30, I'm not scared of breaking this, losing it, anything like that, and it actually works really well. Our next product is very unique. It is a toilet cleaner, and before you get grossed out, this one is brand new. We actually have one upstairs in our master bathroom, and I went ahead and got a new one for our guest bathroom to show you in this video. I wanted to include this product because it does have 138,000 reviews on Amazon, all very good reviews. And I did bring down the box because I do think it's kind of easier for you to see that way. But this is the Clorox Toilet Wand 3-in-1 starter kit. So as you can see, it has the little caddy that holds it, it has the brush, and then it has the disposable brush heads, or they're actually calling them scrubbing pads. So how it works is you would have your little scrubbing pads there in the bottom, and whenever you need a new one, you would just take this little wand out, stick it down in there, and one of the scrubbing pads is going to immediately attach to your little handle, and you're going to use this to scrub the inside of your toilet. Of course, you still need bleach or cleaning product or whatever you use to typically clean your toilets, but this is just going to be a little bit more sanitary in my opinion than your traditional toilet brushes. That is why I got it, because I've tried a lot of toilet brushes over the years. Like we had a traditional one, then we went to the silicone one, and they just gross me out. They're so nasty to where I really would want to buy a new one like every single month. And with this, you don't have to worry about it because you just use a new little disposable pad every single time. And whenever you need to get rid of this little scrubber pad after you use it, you just hit this button here and it is going to fall off into the trash can, so you never even have to touch it. Next, we have a skincare product, and this is one that a lot of you have probably already heard of. It is the viral COSRX Snail Mucin. Every girl on the internet has talked about this skincare product, and so I had to try it myself. It has 100,000 4.5-star reviews on Amazon, and I have used this for, I would say, a month consistently, and then I kind of went to using it just here and there. It's honestly not my favorite product, you guys, which is kind of surprising. I do talk a lot about K-beauty and Korean skincare, but if I had to choose from all of the K-beauty products I own, this really would not make my top 10. I think it's okay. If you have really, really dry skin, you might like it. To me, the consistency of this feels very slimy, and I just simply cannot get past that. I don't know if it's like in my head that it's a snail mucin. I don't know what it is, but it's just not my favorite consistency. That is just my opinion, but you can read the reviews for yourself because a lot of people swear by this. They say it's hydrating, their skin's never been glowier or softer or more hydrated. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just being honest. That is my opinion of it. So I do think that this would be in the loser category for me, because after this bottle, I don't think I would repurchase it. I haven't even used very much of this bottle. I kind of gave it a try and then I abandoned it. And our last product today is a very useful one. This is a wall charger or surge protector, outlet extender, whatever you want to call it. It's one of those things that you plug into the wall and then it gives you a lot more outlets. And this one actually even has a USB-C port, which I really like. This product has 110,000 reviews on Amazon and I love this. It is really great for just giving you extra space. And I really like how these are slanted, so they're not going to interfere with each other. Everything fits on there very nicely. You can truly utilize each one of these plugs. This one has 3 USB ports and a USB-C port. It also has a screw here in the center where you can screw it into the wall so it's not coming out, which I definitely would recommend. I clearly have not done that yet, which is a me problem, but I would recommend it because mine does pop out of the wall if I like accidentally yank a cord or something. So if you screw it into the wall, you wouldn't have that issue. This one also has a night light around it, which is really cool if you're walking into a room and it's dark. And they even make one now that has 2 USB-C ports, which if I were to purchase it again, I would definitely get that one because I feel like everything that we own nowadays is chargeable using the USB-C cord. So I do think 2 of those would be useful, but either way, this is just a standard outlet extender and I do really like it. And obviously, you know, it's going to be a great product because it has such great reviews and it is definitely a winner from me. And that is it for today's video, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this one, going over 20 of the best-selling products from Amazon. Let me know if you guys own any of these products that I mentioned in today's video and what your opinions of them are. And if you have anything else from Amazon that you want me to review next, leave it in the comment section down below. You can also shop any of these products in the description box or using the QR code. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I always appreciate your support on my channel. I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!